Okay. All right. Hello, friends. My name is Sean, and welcome to our new weekly AMA series for Universal Nodes. You'll see me up here as Peter DeBreeze. I'm a proud member of the House of Obsidian and the OC, which is where I discovered this project and was introduced to the team at Universal. My main role will be to help with communications, writing announcements, hosting our AMA, and any other way I can help find any other way I can find to help this community flourish. So welcome in. The goal of this series is to provide concise updates about the project, as well as give the community a chance to connect with the team, share ideas, and get answers. We're going to start with a brief question answer session with Stud 10, who is our team and software development leader at Universal Nodes, followed by an open AMA session. Yeah, would anyone like to say a couple of words by all means?
Yeah, how's it going? My name's Jack. I'm also a member of the OC. That's sort of how I started speaking to you guys. Yeah, it's my first time as a moderator. Gonna learn some lessons, I'm sure, along the way. But yeah, here to grow with this community and help this project succeed.
Hi, Stud. How's it going?
All right. How are you, man? Just a lot of work happening.
I'm good. Yeah. If you'd like, we can kind of get into it. So if you need to get back.
Yeah. I mean, like, let's get into it. I think my network is very, very busy today, so that's why I keep on going on and on. I'm running some backend code, so yeah, we can get into it very quickly.
Okay. So I wanted to start with just a brief explanation of your educational background and work experience, please.
Okay. My educational background is like I have a background in science, astrophysics, astronomy. Uh, yeah, that's my background. That's what I do, like mathematics and science. That's basically my background. I've traveled a lot, gone to different schools. I went to Dartmouth College for a project. I went to MIT. I went to Geneva at Large Hadron Collider. That's why I finished my master's actually. Yeah, it was. I was doing particle physics, doing searches on dark matter. I hope you guys can hear me. Can you guys hear me?
Yes.
Yep.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. That's what I did. And then how did I start in blockchain? I started around 2017, and I started learning. By that, I met Charles Hickinson, the co-founder or the founder of Cardano. I don't really remember if he's a co-founder. I think he's a founder of it. I met him around there at MIT. We started talking. Yeah, I nearly worked for Cardano.
Wow.
Yeah. We spoke a lot. I still have contacts with his PA. I think the guy he's no longer his PA right now. He has his own projects and stuff like that. So I still have contact with that guy. So yeah, I invested in Cardano very early when it was still in the sense here. So I made a lot of money with it. Yeah, what else? Yeah, that's how I started like investing and stuff like that. But then I started coding late December this year. I was doing C++, my background in science, so we did C++ all the time. But yeah, I started learning Solidity late December, and then yeah, that's how I started to get into this space of building my own projects. So what interested me most was the tokenomics. And the problem I see with the so many projects in this space is the tokenomics. Like that's why all these projects die out, because their tokenomics pretty much sucks, and that's what I'm focused on. Lately, I've been doing a lot of data science, a lot of mathematics, talking to guys in the space, like a lot of co-founders, a lot of founders of big projects, talking just mathematics about how to make stuff work. That's why I took a big take on like just trying to, what is this? Deploy the contracts and just release everything and start trading the coin, because I want to make sure that the tokenomics is correct, is 100% right, that we can move forward with something we know that is stable and we trust. So that's what I've been doing lately in terms of like in the background. Yeah, and yeah, I have more updates to give, but yeah, that was just a background on myself.
Oh, thank you. It's interesting. Those are definitely things I didn't know about you. And it does speak to kind of what I wanted to ask next and what brought you to DeFi and what makes you want to chase your dreams here. But, meeting Charles Hopkinson, I mean, that sounds like part of it anyway.
Yeah, I mean, like that's part of it. But what really brought me to DeFi, as I said, like is tokenomics, like and being able to help the world to have a better financial system. Yeah, like to help to have a better financial system, because the financial system that we have right now, it's not very sustainable with the banks and stuff like that, with the inflation that's happening and all of that. It's not very stable. So yeah, that's what brought me to DeFi. I actually liked a lot of ideas that I used to see, but right now, since I know all the tokenomics, I quite don't like them a lot. But I think looking at what is this, the rebasing DAOs for OmFox, I think that was very, very good. It was a good idea, except there was a slight problem with the tokenomics, which I really understand right now, and I can see where the problem lies. And yeah, I'm kind of like working with some people trying to fix that. There's like huge players in the space, so we're trying to fix that. Working in the background, we talk from time to time. So yeah, that's one of the things I'm doing right now, and that's what brought me to the space.
Well, I'd love to get into some of those details. It sounds interesting. But it does also lead into one of the next questions I want to ask. Why this project? And if you could imagine the best possible outcome for this project you're trying to build here, what does that vision look like?
Okay. I mean, like looking at the space, you have to know why people invest in projects, right? If you look at all what's happening in crypto right now, and you can see what is trending lately for the past 2 or 3 months, it's been the Titano forks, right? And then you ask yourself a question: why is this thing trending, and why do people actually like it? Is this thing sustainable, or why is it trending? Looking into that, you can see that it's trending and people like it because it's a very simple platform to understand, because you just buy a token and all rebases happen automatically. You know,
Right.
that's why people are investing into that, because it's easy to understand. You just buy and then people just invest. That's how it happens. But if you look into check which projects are sustainable for like maybe a year or more, from my side, from what I've seen with the mathematics I've worked out and all of that, I think um, something like a Tom Fork is much better, has a much better sustainability than in a Titano fork. In terms of the tokenomics and the mathematics behind it, it's much better. I'm not saying it's the best, but I'm saying it's much better. And why do people do not invest on those is because they don't understand it,
Right,
and that's why they're not trending. Exactly, because you don't just buy a token and then the staking happens, the rebasing, and it's compounded. It doesn't happen like that. You have to go inside, you have to stake, you have to buy, you have to sell the bonds, you have to do the T-shares, you have to understand that. It's so much work, it's so much admin. And I was talking with somebody who has a Tom Fork about that. So we were talking about that, and we were talking about why it's so hard to market a project like that. And we were talking about, okay, we understand that investors, they do that because they want something very easy, something they're going to understand very quickly, and they're just going to buy a
I
token
think
and
that's
just
very
hold.
true. Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
very
So
true.
we're
I feel less comfortable investing in a project I don't understand. I mean, just as an investor.
exactly. So yeah, I mean, like developing this project, it's very hard to understand at the beginning. When you see all that, the ULAND, the water, the all the universe stuff that I'm talking about, like the black holes, the galaxies and stuff. If you don't pretty much like astronomy, or you don't have any knowledge, it's very hard to invest in this, because you don't want to read all of that, you don't want to do all of that. So that's one of the things I'll be working on trying to fix to make it more easily accessible. But looking in terms of sustainability, I think it's a much better protocol for sustainability, because we're able to maintain a lot of sustainability in terms of having LP tokens as your node system, right? And then having NFTs in order to protect the amount of nodes you can have. That helps the protocol to have liquidity and have money when we want to move the liquidity, when we want to move the treasury and do stuff with the treasury, we are able to do that since we have our nodes as an LP. So that allows us to do that without creating any type of selling pressure and stuff like that. So yeah, that's why I built this project. And also building a project that is like a node system, it will allow me and us as a community and as a project and all to like have partnerships, more than collaborations, partnerships with a lot of projects, because if we're having a node system, it's easy to interact with other projects because our tokens won't be inflating so much, so we are able to control that. As I said, the ROI is 1% daily. That is easily maintainable. I mean, we see projects like, for example, Sphere Finance has been having, not Sphere Finance, sorry, Titano has been having an APY of like, what is it, 100K for like more than 6 months now, and
Right.
is able to like not maintain inflation, but like keep it at a very good distance from what it should happen. So if I have 1% on a daily ROI and I'm able to control that with the NFTs and also with like the LPs, I think we can have a very good runway with that. So yeah, that's why I'm
Well,
building this thing.
that kind of leads into the next question I really wanted to ask before we got into the open AMA. And if you could kind of concisely or briefly, as best you can, summarize, you've talked about the problems you see in the market, but could you kind of briefly summarize your project and the solution it brings and how you're gonna accomplish it?
Yeah, as I said, like looking to create something that can have a better tokenomics and be a token we can use with in partnerships with other projects, because a lot of projects do not collab. If this space we can collab, all the best projects they collab, other than me building all of these things that can work. But instead, if I can collab and leave other stuff for other people to do that, I think that will be the best way. That's why I'm building this, just so we can have partnership with these guys and we can build the mats and make sure that the mats is correct. What else? What did you ask? I just forgot what you asked again. Because you asked
No,
two
it was
questions.
just a question about just kind of for this AMA series, just to try to get you to just briefly summarize the project.
Oh,
Not like the
yeah, yeah,
details,
yeah,
like it's a node
yeah,
NFT
yeah, yeah,
project.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. So the project is built around the mathematics of saying, okay, if you have like 10 nodes, which is planets, which we call planets here, right? You are able to have that, and that is going to bring you a daily ROI, right? You're able to get return on investment on the money that you bring to the project, right? But us doing that, we're not only taking your money for that, but we also creating more utilities with what we have. Currently, what we have, what we're building. I'll talk more about that, what I was supposed to release and what's happening with that. But like the marketplace, the lotteries, the sweepstake, and all the partnerships. I mean, like we're also building a DeFi game, play to earn game, which we're going to use our token for that. Yeah, and I'll be working with other teams, which I'll be announcing later on. Yeah, in this AMA.
Awesome, thank you. Okay, so this will kind of start the open AMA session. I know you kind of have some pressing things, so we'll start it, but just let us know when. So I wanted to start with a question posted by Tactical Noob. It's a great first question, and thanks for posting it. Can you please describe what is going on behind the project in detail?
Behind the project in detail.
Yeah, like what have you been working on like now recently?
Yeah. Recently I've been working on, I mean, like the NFT marketplace, that's what I've been working on mostly, but it's done. So there's just one function that is not finished. I wanted to release it, but I thought it's best just to hold it back to make sure that everything is working. So just to introduce what I've been doing in the background. So I've been talking to guys in the background. I've been talking to Simsala, the founder of Sphere Finance, and I've been talking to LB, the founder of Grape Finance and DGen Finance. They just recently had a pre-sale, I think, yesterday. Yeah, so I've been talking to those guys about like the problems that I have. You cannot know everything. So like we've been having a problem putting that function. So we asked for some help from those guys, And yeah, they send me some devs who are going to be helping me to finish that function, who have done the marketplace in the past also. So that should be done. That function should be done very soon. Probably tomorrow, because we'll start working on it right away after this AMA. Actually, I'll start talking to him right now because we've been talking about it. So we'll start work. I have some devs that are from not from us, but from other projects that I'll be working with just to fix that problem. But also for the future, if we're having other problems with other stuff, that's the good thing about partnerships, because we have.
We'll give him a couple minutes to.
Okay, guys, I'm back. Sorry about that. Like, a lot of stuff is running in the background of my computer. This was killing my network. Yeah, I'm running some code for, yeah, for the, as I said, the NFT marketplace. As I was saying, like we are right now, I have a pool of a lot of developers who are proven developers in the space, who are not necessarily working for Universal, but they're helping out on the sidelines. And just for assurance to let you guys know, no, they won't be deploying the contracts. I'll be definitely deploying all of the contracts, so everything is safe. Just to let you guys know. So yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's what I've been doing in the background. So yes, and I haven't sort of like I spoken to the guy of Grape Finance, which is like a Tom Fork, about a partnership, which yeah we're working on. We'll be talking more about it in the future, but it's sort of like a done deal right now. We just have to find uh, a normal ground to make sure everything works perfectly fine for both projects, right? So we have that in the place, and I've been talking to Sam Sala, the guy of Sphere Finance. We also spoke about the same thing, getting utilities to Sphere Finance and also Universal Nodes. But there's nothing concrete on that one. But like there's communications happening there. Okay.
Yeah,
What else am I doing?
it
Yeah.
sounds like there's a lot going on. If you were to, if we put in the context of the question from your friend Wags, when launch, and in terms of looking at your roadmap and progress, if you were to put a progress bar on it, what percentage would you say you're at as we approach and try to get ready for a launch?
In terms of the roadmap.
Yeah, roadmap to launch.
Yeah, roadmap to launch. Okay. Roadmap to launch. Let me see.
Yeah, if I pressed you for like a percentage on, like if there was a percentage above it, how would you feel today? I mean, it sounds like there's a lot going on, but it needs to come together.
Roadmap to launch. Yes. In terms of the code, let's go with the code first. I'd say the code is 70% done. Right, that's the code. But in terms of like everything, like data science stuff, tokenomics, I don't feel as much confident as I used to feel after seeing what I've seen in the space lately. So I'll work on that because I work on it daily, so I cannot put a time frame on that one. But
No,
as soon
that's
as
an important one. So that's actually interesting to hear you talk about it like that. But sorry to interrupt. Go ahead.
Yeah. I feel like tokenomics is the most important thing here in the space, and that's what a lot of projects do not get. Because without a good tokenomics, your project cannot last. I'm not looking to build something that's going to be out today, and in a month or two, it's down.
No,
and
in
out,
your opening in the white paper, I want a project that will last forever, which is a bold claim in this space.
Exactly. That's why I'm working so hard to make sure that happens by building these partnerships and making sure that the tokenomics work and the data science stuff work in terms of collecting data and analyzing data. Yeah, that's the stuff I'm working on. And just to add into that, because we've been thinking about people who already bought our NFTs, they're already invested in our project. And I'll add to that, like there's something coming for those guys, and I really want to close that very quickly because I'm hoping that we do get to that 200 mark so that I can close it very quickly, because there's something coming out for them. I just can't say right now, but there's definitely something for people who are going to be buying the NFTs right now. And as we can see, we're not doing a lot of marketing, a lot of promotion for that. There's a reason why I'm not pushing that now, but one of the reasons that I'm doing team building with you guys, as you can see, I've added a lot of new members to the team, to the staff also. So that's what I'm doing. So I'm trying to have all this resources with you guys so that we can have a team and this can become a normal team before we start having all this FOD or whatever, like, success, so that we are able to maintain it and we are able to grow from that.
Yeah, we're
So
not
I'm
trying to
thinking
throw
team building.
we're not trying to throw a frat party. We want a nice family get together. If that makes any sense.
What's a frat party? Is that
I was just inviting a bunch of young people, right? Like, and just throwing a big
okay,
party.
yeah, I see what you mean.
And they thrash the place and go, or you have a
Oh, right.
family party where you've developed a community for a long time and the people leave full with extra food to take home, and
That sounds like the kind of party I want to go to.
yeah, it looks like we may have lost them again. I mean, I could talk story about it because I was invested in VillageFi. So I bought, I was part of High Point, and with High Point, they had a whitelist opportunity where you could buy with the High Point token, you could buy a whitelist spot. So I bought a whitelist spot, and then I maxed out the whitelist, and it rugged. And
Ooh,
Stud got mentioned in the House of Obsidian post about it for being kind of the main force in finding the people, and we ended up getting a refund.
that's crazy.
I mean, technically, I haven't received the refund, just to be clear, but I'm expecting one. Yeah, no, I'm excited for the future, and looking forward to doing the AMAs. I thought it would be a disaster. This was my first AMA ever, so hosting one. So,
Oh, you're very good.
oh, I was surprised with how calm I was. But I mean, thanks for all you guys' support and let me talk it out with you guys before. Really, really helped.
Yeah, no worries.
All right, well, cheers, mate. I'm going to go ahead and close it.
See you later.
Yeah, I mean, we could wrap it up now if you want, and maybe come back for a more casual chat later if he's available. I know he's got kind of a live fire situation going on right now. Okay, well, let's go ahead and conclude the AMA. Thank you, everyone, for coming. I do want to say we are planning to do this once a week, and we do plan to respond to the questions that are posted in the AMA channel. So I hope any questions that come up. Yeah, thank you, everyone, who attended. Thank you very much.